Canada Border Declaration: What items to declare, travelers must know. Welcome back to Travel Tree, your go-to channel for all things travel. If you're planning a trip to Canada, you won't want to miss today's video. We're showing the essential rules about what you can bring into the country, ensuring your entry is as smooth as possible. Remember, before we get started, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our amazing travel tips. Planning a trip to Canada? Whether you're visiting for pleasure, business, or immigrating permanently, it's essential to understand Canada's customs regulations. Knowing what items you need to declare, what's prohibited, and what might be subject to taxes or duties can save you from potential headaches at the border. Failing to comply with these regulations can lead to serious consequences, including fines, seizure of goods, and even being denied entry into Canada. This guide provides a detailed overview of what you need to know to ensure a smooth and compliant entry into Canada. First of all, we see that what items must be declared. When you arrive at a Canadian port of entry, you are legally obligated to declare certain items to the border officials of the Canada Border Services Agency, CBSA. This declaration allows the CBSA to assess whether the items comply with Canadian laws and regulations, and to determine if any taxes or duties apply. Here's a breakdown of the items that must be declared. Alcohol. This includes any beverage with an alcohol content exceeding 0.5% by volume, such as beer, wine, and spirits. Tobacco. All tobacco products, including cigarettes, cigars, loose-leaf tobacco, chewing tobacco, and tobacco sticks, must be declared. Firearms and weapons. Any firearm or weapon, regardless of its type, must be declared. Specific regulations apply to firearms, and it's crucial to understand these before attempting to bring a firearm into Canada. Food, plant, and animal products. A wide range of items fall under this category, including live animals, meat, dairy products, fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, and wood products. Animals. All animals, including pets like dogs and cats, as well as other animals like parrots, lizards, turtles, and snakes, must be declared. Currency or financial instruments. If you are carrying currency or monetary instruments, like stocks, checks, or bonds, totaling 10,000 Canadian dollars or more, you must declare the full amount. Let's delve deeper into each of these categories. Alcohol. The CBSA defines alcoholic beverages as any product containing more than 0.5% alcohol by volume. It's essential to know that the minimum age to import alcohol into Canada varies by province. Currently, the legal drinking age is 18 in Alberta, Manitoba, and Quebec, while it's 19 in all other provinces and territories. You are only allowed to import alcohol if you meet the age requirements of the province or territory where you are entering Canada. Tobacco. All tobacco products must be declared upon entry into Canada, regardless of the quantity. This includes cigarettes, cigars, manufactured tobacco, like loose leaf and chewing tobacco, and tobacco sticks. Keep in mind that there are restrictions on the amount of tobacco you can bring into Canada without paying duties and taxes. Firearms and weapons. Bringing firearms or weapons into Canada requires careful attention to detail, as Canadian laws regarding firearms are strict. You must be at least 18 years old to import a firearm. The Criminal Code of Canada defines a firearm as a barreled weapon from which any shot, bullet, or other projectile can be discharged and that is capable of causing serious bodily injury or death to a person. Firearms are classified into three categories. Non-restricted, these include most hunting and sporting rifles. Restricted, this category includes certain handguns. Prohibited, automatic weapons and many handguns fall into this category. Before traveling to Canada with a firearm, it's crucial to determine its classification under Canadian law. This classification will determine whether you can legally bring the firearm into Canada and what conditions you must meet. If you are visiting Canada, you must complete a non-resident firearms declaration form, RCMP 5589, and pay a fee of $25 Canadian. If you plan to become a temporary or permanent resident, you'll need to apply for a Possession and Acquisition License, PAL. Additionally, you'll need an Authorization to Transport, ATT, to bring a restricted firearm into the country. Food, plant, and animal products. Declaring all food, plant, and animal products is essential to protect Canada's environment and agricultural sector from potential diseases and pests. This includes live animals and animal products. This category includes pets, cooked or raw meats, hides, skins, trophies, milk, fat, butter, cheese, eggs, fish, and seafood. Plant products. This includes fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, trees, houseplants, wood, including furniture, carvings, and firewood, roots, vines, herbs, flowers, insects, bulbs, and soil. Failure to declare these items or provide the necessary permits or certificates can result in detention of your products, a penalty of up to $1,300 Canadian, or even prosecution. Gifts. Gifts are also subject to declaration. You can bring in gifts worth $60 Canadian or less each, duty-free and tax-free. However, if a gift exceeds this value, you may have to pay duties and taxes on the amount exceeding $60 Canadian. Note that you cannot import tobacco or alcohol as gifts. Animals. It's mandatory to declare any animal you're traveling with, whether it's a common pet or something more exotic. Examples of animals you must declare include dogs, domestic cats, parrots, lizards, turtles, snakes, and small wild cats. Declaring an animal doesn't guarantee its entry into Canada. You must also comply with the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, CITES, to ensure you're not involved in illegal wildlife trade. Failure to declare an animal can lead to its detention or your denial of entry into Canada. Currency or financial instruments. While there is no limit to the amount of money you can bring into Canada, you must declare any currency or monetary instruments totaling $10,000 Canadian or more. This includes cash, stocks, checks, bank drafts, and bonds. You can declare your funds at an airport kiosk, on your CBSA declaration card, through advance declaration, or verbally to a border services officer. Failure to declare the full value of your funds can result in their seizure by the CBSA. What items are illegal to bring into Canada? Certain items are strictly prohibited from entering Canada. Attempting to bring these items into the country can lead to severe penalties, including arrest and prosecution. Here's a list of items that are illegal to bring into Canada. Cannabis or cannabis-contained products. Despite the legalization of cannabis in Canada, it remains illegal to bring any form of cannabis into the country. Illegal drugs. Bringing illegal drugs into Canada is a serious offense with severe penalties. Prohibited firearms or other prohibited weapons. Certain firearms and weapons are prohibited under Canadian law. Sick animals. Animals that are sick or suspected of carrying diseases are not allowed to enter Canada. Endangered species or parts from endangered species. It is illegal to bring endangered species or products derived from them into Canada. Any package whose contents are uncertain to you, you should never transport packages or items if you are unsure of their contents. Let's examine these prohibited items in more detail. Cannabis and cannabis-containing products. Even though cannabis is legal in Canada, it is illegal to bring any form of cannabis into the country. This includes cannabis oil, edibles, and other products containing THC or CBD. There are exceptions for market-approved prescription drugs containing cannabis, such as Epidiolex and Sativex, but these are subject to specific travel class exemptions. If you're using other cannabis products for medical purposes, you'll need an individual exemption issued by Health Canada to bring them into the country. Illegal drugs. Under no circumstances should you attempt to bring illegal drugs into Canada. Penalties for drug-related offenses can range from 1 year to life imprisonment, depending on the type and quantity of the drug. Prohibited firearms/weapons. Certain weapons are prohibited from entering into Canada. These weapons are often prohibited because they are deemed too dangerous for civilian use. Navigating Canada's customs regulations may seem complex, but understanding the rules and requirements is essential for a smooth and hassle-free entry. By knowing what items you need to declare, what's prohibited, and what might be subject to taxes or duties, you can avoid potential problems at the border. Always declare all required items honestly and accurately, and be prepared to provide any necessary documentation or permits. Remember, CBSA officers are there to enforce Canadian laws and regulations, and cooperation is key. By following this guide, you can ensure a pleasant and compliant experience when entering Canada. Thanks for joining us today on Travel Tree. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up and share it with your travel buddies. Make sure to subscribe for more fantastic travel tips and destination guides. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.